change at once. How long time do I have? Yeah. The secrets of Jesus. The church is full of secrets. In Islam, there are not so many secrets. Everything is plain. The Prophet Mohamed, he made a new religion. I read that he said at the end, I think Surah 5, that in this way I have made you a religion, Islam, to follow. And naturally, you must love Muhammad, which your fathers have told you about. And I think naturally we must love in our culture, we must love Jesus, our brother, and whom we call our Savior. Because he is the Son of Man, we say. He is the one we bears in our heart by our love. Because we love him, we bear him in our heart, and when the time of our death is coming, we call for him. And then he comes from the inside of us. Because he is so close in many ways. He is the Word himself in which we address each other. So I hereby, what you had expected, know that I say Jesus is God. He is the greatest lover of this world because he was able to love man from here to the end of the world. And I think there is a truth in the death on the cross. There is a hidden truth. I know it is abhorrent to Muslims, and it is also horrid very often for us to think that this so exceptional man, this poet, this lover, this filled with spirit and wisdom, that he should hang on the cross. We cannot understand how God could suffer it, because he wouldn't suffer that Ishmael, your forefather, was killed, or Isaac, when Abraham, he wanted to slaughter his son. But he suffered it when Jesus from Nazareth, he was killed. And I'm glad that the prophet, he loved also Jesus. Jesus, Isa, is dear to Mohamed. And we have come into the family from different roads. Mohamed, he tells you the way to go. Jesus, he says that the road is narrow. So you have to go to pass through your own self. So when he did die on the cross, he was not dying to show us an example that we should do the same thing as he. He showed us that we could be rid of the sins. He took it upon him. And he said, I and the Father, we are one in the Spirit. And in this way, it seems that he goes into the throne of God and takes it. I and God, we are one in the Spirit, because they're speaking from the same Spirit. And I think now Ahmed Deedat, he put questions to me. And he said, now you have to choose what is truth and what is lie. One of us must be lying, and one is telling the truth. I think this is not so very strict. This, who is speaking the truth, who is lying? Well, the words, they are spoken, and you have to receive it. And you receive it in the spirit and the traditions that you are learned into. We are not worshipping a book. This is not what we believe in. The Spirit is what we are looking for. And Ahmed Deedat, he quoted what Jesus says to the Samaritan woman, that the true children of God, they do not worship here and there, but they are worshipping in spirit and wisdom. And it is what we shall do in the future. There have been wars between us. There has been hate. Blood has been spilled for centuries. But there has also been love amongst us, because we have learned from each other. We will never be able to pay back what we got from the Arab world, Europe, when the Arabs, they had the texts of the philosophers, the Greek philosophers, and we got so much demolition from the Arab world. And the times was at a certain time, because war was not always raging. In the south of Spain, the Cathedral of Toledo, there the Muslim, they prayed to Allah on Friday. The Jews, they did it in the same church on Saturday, and the Christians, they had